Clusters 2.0 is a European research initiative which is industry-led, so we have a lot of industry partners that are supporting us in our research activity, and we are addressing physical internet topics which are mainly enhancing cooperation and coordination of logistics activity along the supply chain.
Cluster 2.0 is a really articulated project. It addresses cooperation between terminals, coordination between stakeholders in the intermodal and logistic chain, and standardization of loading units.
We enable several stakeholders to work in a cheaper, faster, more sustainable, more cooperative way.
I'm most proud of that we have, or that we still keep 27 partners in the project, that they still committed to the project results, and that we also, let's say, achieve quite successful outcomes in terms of technological development and of new research methodological developments.
The NMLU is a new loading unit between the trailer and a pallet. So if you can define a new element between the trailer and the pallet, you can make faster transshipments, you can standardize cargo, and then you get a lot of efficiency improvement in the complete logistic system. And that's why we came up with an NMLU that had standard interfaces, different dimensions to cope with different business models. We came up with the definition of the NMLU, but also with the subframe. On the subframe, the NMLUs can be loaded very quick. But the subframe can also switch in modes. It can go in from trailer to train very quick. The load efficiency can be improved up to 20%. The loading and unloading time can be improved by 50%. And then we get a new step in a bigger performance of the complete logistics cycle.
The SlotBooking application is a web application that facilitates the process of freight delivery of freight forwarders to make sure that they have a better service at the ground handling agents. So it smoothens the process of freight delivery and freight pickup. One of the main innovations is that SlotBooking application is a community project. So we are sitting around the table with the entire community, or at least with a whole lot of partners from the community, and these are all competitors. So it's not a project that is beneficial for one partner, no, it's for the entire community. We use the Malian platform and their trusted data sharing platform. So we have to ensure that every data a partner puts in the project is trusted.
Malian is making data sharing platforms for collaboration within cargo communities, and our solution is really about different parties within the complete cargo's community to share their data, to bring it together and to disclose it to each other wherever it's appropriate. We have in Brussels Airport installed a solution for collaboration between the cargo community. We started with 6 participants, and now at this point in time we have already 32 participants collaborating in the solution. They really measure results in improvement of waiting times and resulting efficiency improvements within their working activities.
The benefit for the freight forwarder is that there is a reduction of waiting time. They get a priority at ground handling agents. So it is a reduction in waiting time and also a cost reduction, because waiting time means, of course, a cost. A study of the Flemish Institute of Logistics calculated that 1 minute of waiting time equals €1. So every minute that is saved in waiting time, they save €1. So that's an immediate benefit for the freight forwarders. For the ground handling agent, there is also a benefit, and that's the benefit of personnel planning and the balanced workload. Because they now see in the SlotBooking application which partner is coming at what time, they can make sure enough personnel is present to handle the slots.
Massification is about bundling flows on a same unit toward one same destination. We gather a group of shippers, so the people who own flows, and we commit them, involve them in order to gather their goods on one multimodal transport, meaning either train or barge. So what we aim to do is to involve those shippers to discuss together and say, okay, we have one unit, the other have 2 units, and if we bundle those volumes, we could fill the trains. So thanks to this methodology, which was developed in Doors, a cookbook, I would say, a recipe book were written in order to duplicate this methodology in other logistics clusters in the TEN-T corridor, so meaning in the Europe. So first of all, what we aim to do in the project Cluster 2.0, we are lucky because we have 5 logistics clusters in the project. So what we envision is to duplicate this methodology in those clusters.
Cluster Community System is an IT platform we are developing in collaboration with DBA Lab, our IT service provider, which leverages coordination and collaboration between intermodal and logistics terminals. Therefore, it allows a coordinated management of multiple hubs with different specializations, creating synergies and connecting the clusters to different TEN-T corridors. Cluster has 2 main components, which are the communication infrastructure, which allows a secure message exchange between the participants of the cluster, establishing trust, and easy backend users integration through the development of connectors. Whereas the web interface allows 3 main functions, which are the planning of cargo flows, giving information on train, maritime and road path and timetables, and the second function is the rail maritime intermodal service booking and real-time monitoring of the and update of the logistics catalogs. And finally, it allows to identify cargo consolidation and cargo pooling opportunities within the cluster, with the aim of reducing the road traffic in benefit of the rail traffic. The main beneficiaries of cluster community systems are all the stakeholders involved in the clusters, which means logistics service providers, shippers, railway operators, and terminal operators.
All the solutions developed in the project are also relying on a change or improvement of existing business models or even new business models. All this innovation will help to reach our project business objectives that are basically to create more growth through sustainability. That means by reducing emissions and consolidating cargo.
The benefits of Clusters 2.0 are mainly addressed to the research community, but also to the industry.
Through Cluster 2.0, we are confident to bring to the market innovative and sustainable logistics innovation.
Every cluster could potentially reach the point of a smarter, more sustainable, more efficient way of working. But what we're trying to do is to leverage this potential. And the key word here is cooperation.